When we feel stressed or distressed, we turn to things that help us, but that may not be that helpful for us. Habits are formed easily and naturally, and they often ease our discomfort in the short term. And we're often intrinsically motivated for the habits we have. Plus, they often work to make us feel better in the short term. But many of our short-term coping strategies can have negative effects in the long term. As we all know too well, our lives will inevitably have stress and hard times. How we manage our stress is called coping. Sometimes coping strategies can really help us overcome our stress and navigate tough times. Other times, our methods of coping are not so helpful. It's common to develop unhelpful coping mechanisms because they often reduce stress in the short term. We are rational beings. We don't create habits for no reason. But it's important to remember that they can hinder our progress in the long term. One of the most common ways we tend to cope is called avoidance. Avoidance is any sort of action that we take in order to avoid facing a difficult thought, feeling, or situation. Avoidance, procrastination, and even doing nothing are common maladaptive short-term strategies that often will feel good for a short while. Of course, they'll seldom make your problems disappear. In most cases, these strategies actually make it less likely that you'll get better, worsening your problems, creating new ones, and even restricting access to long-term solutions. Both positive and negative coping strategies may seem sensible in the moment, but over time, it eventually becomes clear whether they were helpful or not. It's a good idea to identify an increase in your awareness of your various coping strategies. Overall, relying on these sorts of avoidance strategies, as enticing as they can be, will typically lead to a self-sustaining cycle of unresolved and often escalating problems. However, there are other strategies that we can use to successfully cope with stress.